Namaste and welcome, dear audience, in this brand new episode of our program Guest in Town, Atithi Devo Bhava. Today we are going to discuss on the automobile sector. For this, we have the guest of our town, Mr. Sumit Sawhney, and he is the MD and CEO of Group Renault. Let me welcome him. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Himalaya Television.
Thank you, and Namaste, Nepal.
So, Renault drives into Nepal. How it's driving? Tell us something about it.
Yeah, Renault is an 118-year-old French brand, and today we are launching this brand in Nepal. So it's, I would say, it's a great moment for all of us because Renault is a very successful brand, across the globe, and very strongly growing brand across the globe. So I think it's a great moment for us to come to Nepal, and especially coming into Nepal at the right time because we are seeing good economic growth happening and industry is improving and growing. So I think it could not have been a more opportune time to come and bring the right products which are much relevant to Nepal market today.
You said that there's economic growth in Nepal, so this is the right time. But we have been telling, or we have been saying that Nepal just went through the massive earthquake, the devastating earthquake, and similarly the economic blockade. This is creating the economic crisis in Nepal. Don't you think that this is the bit not a time to launch this kind of product in Nepal?
Actually, when I see the figures and the numbers, because they always talk truth, clearly we are seeing automobile industry growing in Nepal. So if I compare last year and today, there is approximately 25% plus growth happening. So that's a one positive sign. If I see the GDP growth, it's growing.
It is moving.
It's growing. So I think, on all the macroeconomic front basis, the Nepal is moving in the right direction. And for us, as I said, we wanted to come to Nepal and bring relevant products which are important for this market, and I think today is the opportune time for us to come.
How do you analyze the market of Renault in Nepal?
I clearly see a very good opportunity for Renault in Nepal. Why I say so is because when I see the geography, the demography of this country, clearly I see people are looking forward to their automobile solution with very clear objective that they want, first of all, right product with right features, which should come at a right value to them, and obviously, with the right service support. So when I see Renault products, what we are launching here, and today, you have our entry level, which is Renault Quid. Renault Quid. Now, Renault Quid is the first global car in 118 years of history of Renault, which is launched for the first time outside of Europe. And this car is very SUV inspired design. So you can see there is a lot of SUV design in this. This car has got great ground clearance, like an SUV. Now when I see roads here or the terrain here in Nepal, you really look forward to there's a lot of liking for SUVs in Nepal.
So the feature supports the geography of Nepal.
Exactly. So the ground clearance is highest, 180 mm of ground clearance. Very macho looking car.
Right.
It's a big, small car. So when you sit in the car, it gives you a lot of space. When I see the luggage compartment, it has got 300 liters of luggage space. So entry-level cars normally have got 150 to 180 liters. So it is almost double. So when I say big small car means it is bringing everything which a customer wants, and with right features means touch screen for the first time in this category, media nav for the first time in this category, ProSense seat belts, which is a safety feature for the first time in this category. So that defines the right product with right features for our Nepalese customers. And then value, which is very important for this. So today we are launching this car at 16.9 lakh Nepalese rupee. Very attractive pricing.
Right.
But apart from the pricing, when a customer buys it, is the fuel efficiency. So this car's approved recorded fuel efficiency is 25.17 kilometers. So even in the recorded fuel efficiencies on all the cars which are available in Nepal market, this has got the highest rating. Then the third point in value is, apart from pricing and fuel efficiency, is the cost of ownership.
Right?
Cost of ownership. What is the spare part pricing, maintenance cost? So when we launched this car in India, means we had launched this car with 17% lower cost of ownership than the market leader. So the spare parts are very competitively priced for this car. So which means it will give not only good product and with good features, but also a great value to Nepalese customers. And the fourth point, which is important, is that okay, fine. Is Renault present everywhere in Nepal? And today we have started with one dealership, and in next 4 months till December we are opening 6 dealerships in Nepal, covering a lot of districts, places of Nepal.
Right.
And by before we reach to the middle of next year, June, we will have 10 dealerships of Renault all across Nepal, plus something which we are launching,
So
which is very unique.
I want you to highlight something on this Duster as well, because K-Vid, you just told the feature of the K-Vid, right? What about Duster?
No, it's a great product, but one point definitely I want to add before I move to Duster is we are launching in Nepal something which is very unique called workshop on wheels.
Okay, what is that?
This is not a service van. This is the full workshop, on the wheels. So which means a customer, while we are going for a very aggressive network expansion, but we are also bringing workshop on wheels, which means if there is a customer in a rural side of Nepal who wants to buy any of our cars, and he says, but what about service? We will give him doorstep service there.
Okay.
So this workshop can go there and
Mobile workshop.
Mobile workshop, a workshop on wheels, and the service can be provided to his doorstep. So this is something which is unique. When we come to Duster, it's an iconic SUV,
Right.
one of the biggest success in the world when it comes to SUVs. And if I again see the demography and the geography of Nepal, very, very relevant product. This has been one of the biggest success all across the world, and we are bringing this to Nepal today. And we've launched at a very aggressive price, which is 35 lakhs
right.
starting price. And this car, we are bringing in petrol as well as in diesel. In diesel, we are bringing 2 engine options. And also we are bringing 4-wheel drive in Duster. We are bringing AMT. AMT is automated manual technology, which means you get the comfort of automatic but a fuel efficiency of a manual. So I think this would be the biggest offering in a 4x4. You don't have much cars in Nepal, so I think it's a great SUV, and I'm very confident about Duster success
Who is
in
the
Nepal.
targeted group of this car? Both the car, K-Vid and Duster.
So when I see Quid, which is a hatchback, clearly people, those who are looking forward to buy a hatchback, they want to graduate from two-wheelers, and they still are looking for a big car because they are looking forward to a ownership window of 5 years at least. Plus also the customers, those who are young customers, those who are progressive families, those who are looking forward to a stylish looking car, but they don't want much bigger car. So this is very well positioned on that front. So for Quid we will see both ends coming forward. For Duster, clearly SUV buyers, those who really want to enjoy the drive feel, and this is one SUV which not only the male customer, but the female customers, this is a big hit there, because the driving comfort of Duster is unparalleled versus any other SUV.
Can we say that the Nepali people, the normal Nepali household, can afford this sort of cars?
I think
Because still in Nepal, car is considered as the luxurious good.
Yeah, means if you say can they afford, clearly today with this 16.9 lakh pricing, it's a very competitive price for such a beautiful looking car,
Right.
such a big car. So I think Renault clearly wants to progress in Nepal, making sure that we give the best value to our Nepalese customers, and that is why we have got these 2 global products at such a competitive price in this market.
It's been so long. This car carried the history. Renault carried the history. It's been more than 100 years.
Yes.
But why so late in Nepal?
I would say, it's not matter of being late. It's a matter of coming at the right time. So Quid, which is our global car, this was introduced just last year. And if we have to come to this market, we need to bring relevant products.
Okay.
Bringing irrelevant product doesn't make any sense.
any sense.
We
Right.
need to bring products which can offer great product, great feature, value to the customer. So I think today is the right time to come forward. And as I say that, we are coming today, but within 4 months or 5 months, we will be at par with most of the players, those who are there in this market in terms of network expansion and innovation. And we have seen that in past. 4 years back when we came to India, a lot of people used to say you are very late. But today we are number 6 in terms of ranking in India.
India, right.
And then we went to Sri Lanka 2.5 months back, and we are now the top 3 selling brands in Sri Lanka.
In Sri Lanka as
well. So I think what is more important,
I want you to highlight something more in India as well as in compare with the other South Asian region.
See, whether you talk about India, you talk about Sri Lanka, you talk about Nepal, you talk about any other country in this territory. One thing which a customer is clearly looking forward is, right product with right features and right value. Customer is not willing to compromise on value. So it's a very value conscious customer, because, the mindset in this region,
South Asian region,
or, in our countries is very simple. Car buying is not an expense, it's an investment. We have an investment mindset. So when we buy cars,
this sentiment has already come in among the people of South Asian region?
It's there, but
because still people think that car is a luxurious good.
It is luxury, so that's what I'm saying. Car actually is the first biggest and the most valuable purchase you do in your life. The second one is your house. So we have this, we clearly see customers in this market have got an investment mindset. They are looking forward to buying a car which can be long term, which will last for long, which will be efficient, which will be at low price, which will bring a lot of feature. It should be bigger in size, so clearly a value proposition. So I think clearly, that is there. And what we are today offering from Renault side is meeting all these requirements, because if you meet all the requirements, then there's no reason why you won't be successful in a market.
What is the price of both the cars in Indian market?
See, in Indian market, because the duty structures are different, so Quid is roughly, it starts around 2.7 lakhs Indian rupees, and Duster again starts close to 9 lakh Indian rupees.
2.7 lakh and 9 lakh Indian rupees, but in Nepal 16 lakh and 35 lakh. It's all because of the duty problem, right?
So what is the currency difference?
Don't you think that this hampers the overall sales of the car?
In Nepal?
Right.
Clearly, if I see today, even though the car market is growing, but there are a lot of opportunities which are there in Nepal.
How do you see this, the duty?
See, I clearly see, obviously, today if I see the figures, automobile is the leading industry in Nepal. 10,000 cars, roughly around, 70 billion Nepali rupees turnover, which is there. So very important industry. Now, how can we really grow this industry, from an opportunity point of view? So I had, an honor and privilege to meet Honorable Prime Minister this morning.
Pushpa Kamal Dal, right?
Yes, I met him this morning, and he expressed his intention that he will be looking forward to development-based agenda for sectors like automobile. And one of the suggestion which I made was that while what can we do to grow the market size. Now, clearly, our challenge here in Nepal is infrastructure. So, if we sell more cars, where are the roads?
That is the basic for the automobile sector, growth of automobile.
So, I think, there is a solution which I shared with the Honorable Prime Minister, was that, we should look forward to, first of all, some kind of a scrappage program. And how it helps?
What kind of a scrappage program?
Of old cars. So, if I have to give you some statistics, because this program will help on multiple fronts. First of all, the cars which we are bringing here, they are all Euro 4 cars. So they are latest, in terms of, in this region, in terms of environment-friendly cars.
Right.
So if just one statistics I should share with you, one Euro 4 car produces at least 1/4 of pollution than a non-Euro 4 car.
Right.
Which means if a car is 15 years old, it might provide 20 times or 10 times or 15 times, but at least 1/4 is the pollution which comes from these cars. Now, when I see the situation in the valley here, we have a problem of pollution. So the new cars, when they come, they are more greener cars. They are more environment friendly cars. So they will bring down the pollution level. That's one. Second thing is the newer cars which are coming. They are very fuel efficient car versus older cars. So fuel efficient car means less consumption of fuel. Less consumption on fuel means that you purchase less fuel and you spend less forex, because we are here buying fuel from outside and using our forex. So it helps in bringing down the fuel consumption. So that's the second benefit. The third thing is the newer cars are more safer cars. So safety wise they are better. So what happens is in this bargain that first of all, when you bring the scrappage program, you declog the streets with old cars. So they move out. So you can't build the infrastructure overnight. So that's how you move the old cars out. And this is very successfully done in different parts of the world, and in India also we are working with Indian government, and the government has now agreed to bring the scrappage program. So how it helps? It helps
environmental friendly,
more environment friendly, more fuel efficient, more safer, and with old cars moving out, there is a space which gets unblocked for the newer cars to come. So the industry grows. If the industry grows, it brings more employment, it brings more skill development among people, because automobile is the biggest employer. So I think all this put together is a win-win.
Automobile sector and the development of the country?
For
importance
not for Nepal, I would say for any country in the world, automobile is the engine of economic growth.
Right.
So if I say, if I take some statistics, largely automobile industry drives 8 to 10% of the GDP of a country. Automobile is the biggest employer, in terms of industry. So clearly, if any country has to grow, automobile is very important, because with that, it also motivates you for a better infrastructure development, road development, which brings transportation, so it helps economy in a long way.
To boom
To boom
the economy.
So just imagine, just now what I was sharing with you. Today the Nepal market is 10,000 cars. Let's say there's a decision taken of scrappage. So the market will go to 15,000, example. So, there's a better revenue earning, more employment, better skill development. Plus environment friendly and forex reserves.
Don't you think that the time has come that the car should be granted as the basic needs rather than the luxurious goods, so that it can uplift the lifestyle of the layman level, or let's say the farmers as well?
I think clearly, it is a requirement, necessity, and it provides transportation solutions. So while the infrastructure development is happening, obviously transportation solutions are very, very important. But it has to be seen in a context that, do we have enough space on the roads? And so I think we, if we take some progressive steps, this industry can provide a lot to the economy. At the same point of time, it can provide a lot to the environment.
What about the infrastructure? Because it is the base of the automobile. What do you think about the infrastructure in Nepal, infrastructure development in Nepal?
I think, clearly, and I'm not limiting my comments to Kathmandu here, but if I see overall, because I've been, in Nepal, I think clearly there are opportunities. Clearly there are opportunities. And I think government would be looking forward to these opportunities, because when you develop infrastructure, you develop roads, it helps not only automobile industry, but it helps the overall economy. It helps in terms of connectivity of people from one city to other, which improves the trade. So I think in medium term and long term, clearly it will have very positive impact towards the economic growth of the country.
Besides that, what might be the challenges beside the infrastructure for the growth of automobile sector in Nepal?
I would say clearly, I won't say challenges, but I can only talk about opportunities.
Right.
So clearly, opportunity first of all is there to grow the automobile sector. Clearly, opportunity is there for consistent and strong policies to support, so that there's a long-term vision of supporting such a important and critical sector. And I think opportunity of development and employment in the country.
You had a meeting with Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal and the Finance Minister.
Yes.
What was their verdict on this for the development of automobile sector?
I think Prime Minister was very clear that he is very pro development, and he extended all possible support which is required for Renault and for automobile industry. And the similar comments were there from Honorable Finance Minister. And obviously, it's a focus area, and tomorrow we have NADA show, which is starting in Kathmandu, and Honorable Finance Minister is going to be present there inaugurating that. So I think the intention and the mindset is clearly there for development.
Well, visualizing, when can we visualize that even the lower income group can afford the automobiles? Can we or not?
I think clearly, if we see worldwide, there is an improvement which is happening. So if we see car per 1,000 people, that figure is being tracked. So when we see countries like Europe, they are all 500 cars per 1,000 people. And even in a country like India, we are roughly around 20 cars per 1,000 people. And in Nepal, the figure I don't have, but it would be lower than this. So which means clearly growth opportunity. But it also depends on a lot of macroeconomic conditions. And I'm sure that if economy moves in the right direction, for people to have car, that opportunity will definitely grow.
Do you have some offer, festive offer or not?
I think the biggest festive offer from Renault side is launch of Kwid and Duster and Renault brand in Nepal, because we are just heading to the biggest festival season,
busing and the Hara.
So I think there could not have been a better timing for our launch than now.
At last, if you want to say something to our dear audience, then you are free to.
The only thing I can assure you is that even though we are a young brand, but we are very committed to customer service. We are a brand which is committed for providing the best service to our customers. Renault is a French brand, and going very strong in all the emerging markets. And I look forward to all our customers in Nepal to come forward and experience our cars. And I assure you that we will have our service network, our touch points everywhere in Nepal, and we will provide that value what I was talking here with Renault to our customers here in Nepal. So thank you once again.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.
Well, thanks to you as well, the audience, for your time. To stay with us for more news and entertainment packages, keep watching Himalaya Television. Namaste.